joining me today.
Hello and welcome to the Sports Box. Welcome back again to the Sports Box, and today we're all over the place in the European leagues. Phillipe Coutinho, of course, pulled the magic one over City, and Brendan Rodgers is saying that, well, he should be the player of the year. I mean, what do you think? He gave City a bloody nose.
In Premiership, right?
In the EPL, yeah, the EPL.
He's playing wonderfully. You know, I mean, it's a loss, you know, for Inter Milan, who let him go. They didn't give him a chance. He was still young. They must be really now, you know, scratching their head. You know, he's really part of a team which is finding its feet, and now they're really fighting on all cylinders. Liverpool, they might, who knows, they might finish among the top four. You know, the way things are going.
Some people said he's flourishing in the new system, and after Gerrard had been sidelined, now he's getting the confidence to flourish. I mean, I don't know, what do you think, guys?
And after Suarez left, of course. It took them some time to kind of find the magic, and I think they found it. They work very well. Coutinho and Sturridge and Lallana, they were just amazing the other day against Manchester City. So Coutinho is right now, he's shining. He scored 2 amazing goals, one last game against Manchester, one who was the previous game. So it's just that they're doing really, really well. I see them definitely among top 4 teams. They are, at this time, much better than Manchester United, I would say.
But only if you look at it, Liverpool just arrived a few hours after they were eliminated, yet they found the energy to outshine City. I mean, what is going on here with City?
Talking about people puffing themselves up with Rodgers saying Coutinho should be Player of the Year in the Premier League. I mean, Roberto Mancini said that he was once the best coach in all of England when he was at Manchester City. So people tend to do that to themselves. We talked about this on last episode too. I mean, Manchester City, they have all the talent on paper. They should be, by all accounts, and they're probably in the right position. I mean, they're in second place in the Premier League, but it sure does seem like they're underplaying their value a bit. When it comes to Liverpool, I really feel like they're gelling as a team more than a lot of other teams who are sort of on their way to disaster in terms of putting their team together. You mentioned all those guys. Raheem Sterling as well has been a huge example of a guy that's really come into his own and his talent. Another young guy that's on the Liverpool team that's done a really great job in putting himself together. So Coutinho is just one part of a bigger picture when it comes to Liverpool. I really like the talent they have in their team, and I really like the way they're working together. Maybe getting rid of Suarez was kind of a key for them to come together and become more of a team as opposed to a one-man show.
What happened to Jose Mourinho? He won his first cup. He was sliding all over the place, over the moon.
It was amazing. It was like a happy kid right there. You know, it's
he likes his trophies, right?
and remember, almost after 3 years, you know, it's been 2 years and a half.
Right.
He hadn't had tested, you know, a trophy. So it was a good feeling, you know, to have something back, you know, to cheer on. So yeah, you know, with regard, you know, to the league, they're in a good position now that Man City is struggling. I wanted to come back to Man City also. The defense now is struggling. Remember Vincent Kompany.
He's leaking.
When he was good, he was marshalling the defense, but now he's not out of it. He's committing a lot of mistakes, and he's not focused. I don't know what's going on with him.
And also the whole team, they lack, I would say, if you compare them to Liverpool, in that last game, they lack determination, they lack energy. Liverpool had so much more energy, and they crushed them in a way with that energy. So I don't know. It seems that Manchester City is kind of reluctant to kind of win and go forward and push. Yeah, they kind of break their game, and they don't want to push forward and kind of finish the job, even if they can. So.
Well, contrast that with the defense of Chelsea. I mean, their defenders perform at a top level among almost any team in the Champions League. I mean, John Terry and Ivanovic, we're talking about top scoring defenders, and we're talking about top marshallers of defenders. If you're talking about marshalling that defense together, John Terry and Ivanovic, there are few better in the game. So that's a huge piece of the puzzle when you're trying to find out what the difference is between a team like Chelsea and a team like Manchester City.
Well, let's go to the Serie A. AC Milan, what's happening to them? Filippo Inzaghi, when he came in, he won quite a few number of matches. Now they're calling for his head. What's going on?
To begin with, when they called upon Seedorf, Clarence Seedorf, he kept their team afloat because they were losing, they were going down. And all of a sudden, unceremoniously, they just kick him out. It was just amazing, and they called Filippo Inzaghi from, I guess he was coaching the reserves, the youth team. He didn't do much. I don't know what's going on. You know, the way they're playing and the way things are, I guess they're completely, you know, demoralized. It's tough for them to find themselves in the situation in which they are right now.
To me, it's a shame to see them. I love Milan of 1990s. They were beating everybody. They were Barcelona and Real together. They were, you know, they were amazing. And so just to see them how low they went down, for me it is unbelievable. They still have the same owner, who I assume has same amount of the money, or he does not want to invest, or what's happening, I don't know. But to be honest, the whole Italian football, including Juventus, they are not performing on top European level with other teams. So I think Italian football has a bigger problem. And as I said, I think one of the bigger problem is the money. They cannot afford the best talents, and they just go for
I don't think Berlusconi has the same amount of money. I think he's been spending it on other things, such as his legal fund since then. I do think, though, that you brought up the issue of a bigger problem, and that is that parity in European soccer means you either have money or you don't, and there are so few teams that have the amount of money to compete. AC Milan doesn't have that money anymore. Inter Milan doesn't have that money anymore, not to the extent that they're willing to invest it within their own sport. You have teams like Bayern, tons of money. The rest of the clubs in Germany, well, kinda. You have 3 clubs, 4 clubs in Spain, maybe, that have money to compete at a high level, and you have teams in the middle that can barely fill their stadium. They have these, you know, very small 15,000 seat facilities. They look more like MLS stadiums than, you know, La Liga stadiums.
And a lot of players used to be flocking, you know, to the Italian league, but now, you know, it's the other way around. Even Pogba, the rumors that he might be leaving. So even if he's playing for supposedly the best team, you know, in the Italian league, he's willing, you know, to leave that and go for
wherever the money is. That's where the best talents go. That's about all time we're permitted for today. Thanks for joining us in the Sports Box. Bye for now.